Afternoon. So far today I've done a bit more cutting and chopping. Oh, burnt my fingers as well, but yeah, so I've taken some off of that mountain area. I've only just tack welded that on for now. That's where I want that to sit, and then we're going to make a bracket up to weld onto here, which is here. So that's going to sit in there. I need to take just the elbow out of that, little recess in there, just to get, because it's a bit of a seesaw on that corner at the moment. So if I get that corner out, then what I'll do with this, drill a couple of holes in this going along so I can plug weld onto the chassis leg. Then I run a nice bead weld around there and around that surface as well, so down there and across there. We'll weld that together. I think we can afford, because of I might be able to afford to run a weld down there as well. We'll see. But yeah, then what I'll do off of this, make two ears that come out each side, grab hold of that, and that'll be fixed to the chassis leg. Yeah. So basically you'll have a piece of metal there with a hole in, and a piece of metal there with a hole in, and put a bolt through there. Oh yeah, so, well, after today's grinding and chopping with the grinder, do you know what I'm going to invest in when the workshop's done? Plasma holder. Yeah, gonna get myself a plasma cutter. Yeah, I think I need a plasma cutter. There's a couple of things I want to invest in once the workshop's up. So plasma cutter's added to the list. Tube bender is another one. My mate Skidmore Garage, Matthew, he's got a really nice tube bender that I want to get one the same as he's got, because it's like a ratchet mechanism. He bolts it onto the corner of a nice sturdy bench, and it works really well. So I'm going to get tube bender and a plasma cutter. Loads on the to buy list, but we're getting there. I'll let you know how I'm getting on. Well, I'll see how many more fingers I can burn today. Cheers. Still here on making this jigsaw puzzle. There's the hangers I told you about. That's the insert that will go into that sleeve that is on the gearbox mount. That sits in there nice. That's just tacked together, but you'll have to forgive a couple of my tacks because the tacks are sound. Don't forget it's 5mm steel, so you can't just tack it together with a little blob. But these two, I forgot to turn the gas on, so I had to blow over them again once the gas was on. So look pretty big at the moment. They'll be coming back off. They'll get linished off, so ignore those. But it's been a long day. So yeah, that's where that's going to sit. Before this one is mounted onto the chassis leg, I'm going to finish this one, finish the gearbox one, because I need to take a little ridge out this corner here, so that sits nice and flush, because it's pivoting on that at the moment. Also, I need the insert in there so I can get the holes in this, so I can bolt this on before I start. Then I can tack this onto the car, and then once this is tacked onto the car, I'll then remove this one. I might even drop the gearbox, give me some more room, and yeah, get this one sorted out. But I need to finish this one first. So what I need to do on that one is run a big fat weld in there, one underneath, make a couple of little supporting ridges, weld those on, and the same for the bottom ridges, weld those on. Yeah, so we're getting somewhere. Can't wait for this is done. Don't forget, this will be nice and tidy as well once it's done. The welds will be nice, but it'll be black. So once it's all painted black, it'll sit in nice. I want to remake one of the group A's. I've got a group A over here, and I've never liked the way this ridge bit goes over the top. It bolts to the chassis leg on this side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to unbolt it from the chassis leg and tidy this up, because this touches the engine mount, which I don't want. I don't want it touching. It's just going to make a squealy noise if it does move, if at all. So I'll take that off and tidy it up. Yeah, but let's get this one done first. We'll start pissing out the other side, eh? Cheers. Back on it this morning. I've welded that up. A couple of supports on there. Put the bush in. So that sits in there now, bolted in. But what I need to do is took that back apart, run a weld down there and laced it up, because I don't know where these are sitting, so I didn't need a bead down there. What I need to do first of all is clean all this off, get it ready for welding. But when the mount's on there, I had welded, tacked them on parallel, but this box, even though the engine's straight, the end of this box isn't true with the chassis leg. So basically, instead of sitting at 90, it kicks in a little bit. So what I need to do, drill holes in these, bottom onto the mount, then tack them in place there, unbolt it, and then weld these on, basically. Yeah, so that's where I'm at this morning. Put a little bit of covering on, like tidy to keep the grind, because I've got to get the grinder in there now and drag the welder down from the other workshop. Yeah. So dragging that down, the welder down the drive is not easy. Gravel drive, heavy welder, and that's why I can't wait for the workshop to be done. Well, builders were here yesterday. They've put a lot of rock face down on the floor out of a quarry, so a load of quarry rock to try and manage the mud. So I think then they'll put hardcore on that, and then they'll put concrete on that. So hopefully they'll be back tomorrow. So anyway, I'll update on this in a bit. Back again. I have to apologise because I've got carried away. Well, I wasn't just carried away. You know, you forget to pick up the phone, forget to film as you're going along, and the reason for that is welding in a small garage like this, on the floor, scrabbling around. Yeah, this is another top because I've set myself on fire today. Couldn't find my welding jackets, couldn't find welding sleeves, so I've just cracked on. Underneath there, welding across the bottom. I didn't realise my shoulder and my armpit was on fire. So yeah, bit of cream on there now, like, but yeah, as you can see, there's no axle stand or jack under that engine or gearbox. Engine and box holding itself in. And the reason for that is, done the mount, I can't find a proper bolt. It's coming up at like 11.5mm drill bit, so can't put an M12 in there. M10's too small, so gonna see if I can get an Imperial bolt tomorrow to go into there. So it's just resting on a drill bit at the moment. Yeah, I've just cracked on. The reason being, it was a horrible job. Like, I made a mess of all my reflective stuff, so I put some new stuff on. Got carried away and just covered the whole thing up. Before anyone says it, no, not to cover my welds, because I went mental on the welder. I had it on full charge, turned the water speed up, and so I could get into that chassis leg and into this 5mm steel. But I tell you what, that mount's going nowhere. But I'm knackered. Did want to try and put the wheels on today, get her on the floor, which I might do. There's one there, there's one down there, so I might drop the wheels on it and drop it on the floor. Yeah, so engine's holding itself in now on the Speed Sequential 6-speed gearbox. Still loads to do, obviously, but it's in. You know, it's in and sat there. So let me get the wheels on, get her out. Sun's going in now. It's like it's just gone 4 o'clock, I think. So what I'll do, I'll leave it for today. I'll get the wheels on maybe today, but tomorrow I'll pick up filming again when she's outside, because I want to give her a wipe off, because I've got a car cover like that to go on. But obviously the reason I'm getting it back on wheels is because my workshop's being built and I need this up in the top workshop then. So this can be moved and this garage can be turned into, there'll be nothing in here, there'll be no tools in here. The wife's going to turn this into like a showroom. We're going to do checkered floor, black ceiling, white walls. It'd be nice, man. And then the only thing that'll be in here is the Cuzzy and the Jag. No tools. This will just be storage of 2 of my nice cars. The Jag's going to get painted next year, so the Jag will be in here. But this can go in the main workshop because this is going to get constantly worked on now and used hopefully next year with the Pikey van with the Subaru floor pan. Yeah. Cheers. See you tomorrow probably. Cheers. Well, as you can see, pitch black outside, so it ain't going out today, but back on its wheels. I need to find the shafts I took out of it so I can put the front CVs back in. It's just sat on bearings at the minute. There's no CVs in the hubs, so don't really want to move it on the bearings alone. So I've got to find the shafts I took out. I think they're in the top workshop. I'll have a look tomorrow and I'll bang CVs back in this. But it's nice to see it back on the floor, back on wheels. So tomorrow I'll get some CVs into it, put the front bumper on, get her out, give her a wipe over because she's covered in dust. But I'm over the moon. Oh, I've got to put the radiator back on as well. Took that off today because I didn't have room for me welding. So I'll put that back on so that doesn't get any damage. I don't like it when things get damaged on radiators and stuff. But yeah, this week I'm trying to finish that replica off. So hopefully I'll have a tap turn up for an M7. Put the rear calipers on, bleed the brakes, new brake pipe. Boost pipes can go on. Got to find some Jubilee clips. If not, I'll just have to go and see if I can buy some. So boost pipes on, water pipe on, brake pipe on. Hopefully that'll be it this week for the replica. Aston's getting some tyres for it, for the A7s that he's got for it. Needs a set of tyres. So yeah, I'll update you on that. I'll update on this tomorrow. Cheers. Morning. I'm back up in my overcrowded, dirty workshop. I've got stuff everywhere at the minute. Because I found my shafts this morning. So basically what I've got to do is take these outer CVs off. Give them a bit of clean up as well. I need these outer CVs to sit in the hubs of the Maxi so I can tow it around, push it around, whatever, without it ruining the front wheel bearings in the hubs. So got myself some rags, old dirty rags, some brake cleaner. Try and find my circlip in there and get that pulled off. See how we get on. I've got one CV on the driver's side, all taped up. Look, 5 minutes of taping them up will save you an hour in the future of cleaning them out. Or you might forget to clean them out and they'll be wrecked within minutes because they're full of grime and crap. So that one's done up. So I need to get that side done, but I ain't got room over there. Just enough room to put wheel on, so I don't know if I'm going to try and piss about doing this. It's pissing it down again. Builder's been this morning and says it's going to rain Monday, Tuesday, probably dry Wednesday, Thursday. So he's looking to have the concrete done end of the week. Again, weather dependent. I could strangle the bloke because if it started on the start date it was supposed to, would have been done by now, you know. So, and I'd be inside, massive unit, not scrambling around and falling over myself, you know. So anyway, that's my rant. Carbon door handles arrived today off Phil. I haven't opened the box yet, but it's a solid box. There's no way that's been damaged this time. I've still got a post. Hit the broken ones back to him. I might just ask him how much for the broken ones because I could probably flat. And when I did the carbon skinning before, I used to put this, I can't remember what it was called, man. Used to lay the carbon down and put a clear coat on resin. So what I might do is just flat down the snap and resin it and see how much he wants for the broken ones, because I could put the broken ones on this. They're tidy up nice, you know, it's a track car, so it's got loads of carbon on it as well. So I might ask him how much. Save me fucking posting them, wouldn't it, you know? Yeah, So I don't know whether to push her outside because it's pissing down. She's got a rear back window. She's got no side windows. She's got a windscreen. Or do I just leave it? But I did really want that in. I did want to give it a wipe over, but there's no point if it's raining, is there? So yeah, my tap hasn't turned up for the M7, so I can't do the rear calipers. It's raining anyway, but I do want that car done this week. If it kills me, I want it done this week and running and boosting and braking and stopping and going. So yeah, so I can take it back to its owner. That'll be one less car to put in the workshop when it's open, innit? So yeah. Yeah, bear with me. I don't know what I'm doing next. I ain't got a clue this week. Everything's upside down based on builders again. So I'll plod on with this. I'm not touching this, like I told you, I'm not touching that till it's on a ramp. So I'll plod on with this. Cheers. Yeah. Nice cup of tea. Builder's tea. Nice. Don't mention builders. Don't want to hear about builders, but it's a builder's tea. Yeah, look at that. She's empty. Because I got both my CV boots on. CV joints on. Alters. It's a bit drizzly, but it's not pissing down. So I give her a wipe over. Got the dust off her. No windows in, so I managed to just do it by hand, keep most of it out of the car. But don't she look good? Lucifer 2. Lucifer 6662. Yeah. Lucifer 2. Right, I've got brand new tinted Perspex windows to go in. That's a brand new one. The one on the other side's old. They're tight as fuck to get in the back there, so I need 2 pairs of hands, gloves, some rope to get them in, bit of washing up liquid, really tight, so I'll get them in. And yeah, it's a good looking girl. I'm gonna tint them, I think, to give them a light coating of tint. Turbo fans, not liking them in the billet silver, obviously. When they're black with red stickers, they will look the bollocks. So I've had a chat with Jamie, painter. I'm going to drop them off, he's going to paint them. Then I can get them back on. Yeah, she's a bit untidy inside. So, but yeah, got loads to do. Obviously that stick needs a mounting plate for it because that's the sequential. I've got to make a hole through the dashboard and the bulkhead for the selector. That's my power steering pump behind there, behind the footrest. I'm going to change that fuel tank. Going to get one made exactly the same size spec. I'm going to use the top of it. Obviously it's a bag tank inside there. It's old, so I'm going to get, I think it's Gareth Price GP. Gareth Price, he's going to make me a nice new tank, but what I'll do, I'll send him that top piece and then get him to make it to the size and spec I want. Yeah, I don't know why, but my brake pads have got a bit corroded in the garage. It's not like she's been sat outside, so brake discs. Brake discs need a bit of a wipe over, so give them a brush off. Yeah, man, she's out. I modified my hinges on my doors as well, so basically my door hinges weren't right. I mean, when my mate Skiddy come on, he put it at like a 45 degree, I had it at 90, he put it at 45 and holds the doors nice and tight, so yeah, all the doors can hold themselves open now without any batteries on the floor or stressing about wind. Only thing I do, because I've put the cam door handles on, I put that in between so they don't smash each other to bits. Like, people remember my cam door handles? RS 2000 cams there. Yeah, man. Anyway, I'm waffling now. So yeah, I'm a bit gutted that the M7 tap hasn't turned up for the replica. Hopefully tomorrow, and then I can get the brakes done on that and plod on. Like I said, I want it done this week, so you've probably heard me say that a million times now, because I keep telling myself, I'm just telling myself that, talking to myself, like, oh, I want that car done and gone. Yeah, but that's me baby, that's me, what do they call it, labour of love project, that is. Labour of love. Obviously we've got the Escort Cosworth projects, and we've got Subaru Escort van projects, and we've got loads of other projects, but that one I've had the longest. And basically it's brand new. When I get the ramps up, I'll put it up on the ramp and show you underneath. It's absolutely brand new car, brand new shell. So I bought an Escort years ago that I looked into history. It had been rolled, and at the time they were worth reshelling, and this Escort had a brand new shell off of Ford. So when I got it up in the air, there wasn't a dent or a speck of rust underneath it, which was weird at the time to see that. So I brought it, stripped it back to a bare shell, and this is what it's turned into all these years later. I think 2006, 2007 I started this. So, but she will be worth it, should be another level. But obviously seeing my mate Kieran's Maxi at the show, you saw that blue one, his is a road going version. So you won't want to drive this one on the road, because it will not be nice. I don't think you'd enjoy driving this on the road with Group A, spec coilovers, Bilstein suspension, all rose jointed, sorry. Yeah, I don't think it'd be nice to drive on the road. But track time, I expect track days, it'd be awesome. That's where I'm at so far. So, yeah, cheers.